Classification of living being. Key concept 1. Chlamydomonas belong in Protista kingdom of 5 kingdom of classification. Kingdom is the highest category of classification. Amoeba is kept in kingdom Protista. Carl Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy. Mode of nutrition is the main basis of classification in 5 kingdom system. Key concepts 2. Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes lack true nucleus, while eukaryotes have a well-defined nucleus. Prokaryotes' nucleus material are not bounded by membrane, while eukaryote nucleus are bounded by membrane. Prokaryotes lack membrane-bound organelles, while eukaryotes possess membrane-bound organelles. Examples of prokaryotes include bacteria, archaebacteria, while examples of eukaryotes include plants, animals. Key concepts 2. B. Monera and Protista. Monera are least developed, simple organisms made up of prokaryotic cells, while Protista are more developed than Monera and made up of eukaryotic cells. The cell wall in Monera is present and made up of peptidoglycan, while the cell wall in Protista is absent and rarely present, if present, made up of cellulose. Examples of Monera are bacteria, archaebacteria, while examples of Protista are protozoans, slimy mold, diatoms. Key concept 2. C. Autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs can produce their own food, while heterotrophs cannot produce their own food. That is, they have to rely on autotrophs for their food. Autotrophs are producers in ecosystem, while heterotrophs are consumers in ecosystem. Examples of autotrophs are plants, algae, cyanobacteria, while examples of heterotrophs are animal, fungi, protista. Key concepts 2. D. Two kingdom classification and 5 kingdom classification. Two kingdom classification was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus, while 5 kingdom classification was proposed by Robert H. Whittaker. Two kingdom classification is mainly based on locomotion, while 5 kingdom classification is mainly based on mode of nutrition. Two kingdom classification classify organisms into two kingdoms and have many drawbacks, while 5 kingdom classification classify organisms into 5 kingdoms and have many advantages. Key concepts 3. A. Species is the basic unit of classification. B. There is a need for classification and it is important because it helps in knowing the interrelationship between organisms as well as make the study of living beings easy and organized. C. The classification of kingdom Animalia is based on body symmetry, level of organization, body plan segmentation, type of digestive system, and skeletal structure, whether exoskeleton or endoskeleton. D. Carl Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy. E. The 5 kingdoms with example of each are Monera, bacteria, Protista, protozoans, fungi, yeast, plantae, algae, animalia, fish, cycon. Key concept 3. F. The principles of two kingdom classification for classifying organism is the classification is based on mobility, nutritional modes, and structural differences. G. The two-kingdom system of classification is the type of classification in which the living organism is classified into two kingdoms, that is, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia, based on their locomotion and mode of nutrition. H. The system of assigning the scientific name to each species using two names, that is, first genus name and second species name, is called the binomial system of nomenclature. I. In five kingdom system of R. H. Whittaker, four kingdoms are eukaryotes, namely Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Key concepts for A. The characteristic of kingdom Plantae are: they are autotrophs, they possess chlorophyll in their chloroplast, cell wall is present and made up of cellulose, they are non-motile in nature. B. The feature that helps to group amoeba and paramecium in kingdom Protista are: they are unicellular eukaryotic organisms, they are motile, that is, amoeba locomote with the help of pseudopodia, and paramecium locomote with the help of flagella. They are autotrophic in nature. Key concept for C. The criteria of five kingdom classification are: development level of living beings, cell complexity, body organization, cell wall, nutrition, motility, mode of lifestyles, and examples. D. The major drawbacks of two kingdom system of classification are: this system did not distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Likewise, no distinction was done for autotrophs and heterotrophs. This system could not group organisms like Euglena, which showed the characteristic of both plant and animal. E. Kingdom Animalia is different from kingdom Plantae in following ways. Kingdom Animalia shows heterotrophic mode of nutrition, while Plantae shows autotrophic mode of nutrition. Kingdom Animalia generally possess consumers, while Plantae possess producers. Kingdom Animalia are generally motile, while Plantae shows non-motile feature. Cell wall is absent in kingdom Animalia, while present in kingdom Plantae. Key concepts for F. In Linnaeus classification system, organisms were placed into two main groups, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Plantae included plants, algae, and fungi because these organisms were generally immobile, had cell wall, and were capable of photosynthesis except fungi. Linnaeus grouped them together based on their apparent similarities in structure and function, such as being autotrophic and having a rigid cell structure. Likewise, kingdom Animalia included animals and protozoa because these organisms were typically mobile, lacked cell wall, and obtained food through ingestion. Linnaeus grouped them based on their mobility, heterotrophic nutrition, and more complex behavior and sensory responses. G. The criterion for classification of the organism belonging to kingdom Monera or Protista are as follows. Organisms in kingdom Monera are simple and are prokaryotic in nature. Further, they can be autotrophic or heterotrophic in nature. Examples include bacteria. Likewise, kingdom Protista includes eukaryotes. Further, they can be autotrophic or heterotrophic in nature. They live mostly in water. Examples include algae and amoeba. Key concepts for H. The organism with a single-celled, eukaryotic and photosynthetic in nature can be placed in kingdom Protista, as organisms in kingdom Protista are unicellular, eukaryotic and autotrophic in nature, for example slimy molds. I. The major divisions of kingdom Plantae are bryophytes, which are also called mosses, pteridophytes, which are also called ferns, gymnosperms, which are also called conifers, and angiosperms, which are the flowering plants. These divisions are based on the presence or absence of vascular tissues, seeds, and flowers. Bryophytes lack vascular tissue. Pteridophytes have vascular tissues but no seeds. Gymnosperm has seeds but no flower, and angiosperm have both seeds and flower. J. Five kingdom classification is better and more advanced than two kingdom classification because of following reason. It is scientific and more natural. It shows gradual evolution from simple to complex organism. It could classify heterotrophs from autotrophs as well as from eukaryotes to prokaryotes. If the organism is unicellular with well-developed nucleus, one flagellum at its end and shows dual nature of mode of nutrition, it can be euglena. Euglena is a type of protozoan and belong to kingdom Protista. The two other characteristics can be: it can reproduce by both sexual and asexual method. It can locomote. Key concepts 5. A. Bacteria and cyanobacteria are called monerans because they show the characteristic feature of monerans, which are they are unicellular prokaryotic cell whose cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Moreover, they are least developed organisms. B. Five kingdom classification is more natural and scientific than two kingdom classification because it acknowledges the diversity and complexity of life more accurately by including additional kingdoms like Monera, Protista, fungi. Moreover, it provides a more comprehensive and inclusive system of classification based on shared ancestry and genetic similarities. C. Classification of living beings is important in biology because it helps in knowing the interrelationship between various organisms as well as make the study of living beings easy and organized. D. Mushroom belongs to kingdom fungi because they are eukaryotic multicellular organisms showing heterotrophic nature and non-motile as well as decomposers characteristic.